Do not miss the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. Game 1 of the NLDS starting at 9 o'clock tonight on FS1. We're in the Game 2 of the ALDS between the Red Sox and the Indians here at Progressive Field on TBS. Mike Napoli leads it off in the bottom half of the second. How about what's going on the other side? Yeah. Texas Rangers are down 0-2, lost the first 2 at their place. Toronto, after that emotional wild card win, rolling to a 2-0 lead in that best-of-5.
The Rangers in division series games at home, shockingly, are 1-11 now.
Watching Price, how he's attacking Napoli, starts him off the hook, comes back with a changeup. And many times it's not good to throw a changeup before you've thrown a fastball, because the hitter just doesn't have an idea of the velocity at that point. Sometimes you're right on a changeup because you have no other point of reference.
Rounded up the middle, but a nice play by Bogarts, who throws him out.
It's difficult. I remember my dad wouldn't let me into the infield till I was about 15. And I snuck in one time without him looking, and somebody hit a line drive with my wrist, and I ran back out to the outfield.
Against left-handed pitching, Carlos Santana will drop down to 5th in the lineup. We saw him last night against the right-hander, leading off.
I'm amazed that they're using a sequence of signs, with no one on base. It kind of plays into the whole sort of paranoia about surveillance and being able to capture signs either through watching on TV all the time. That's got to be a pain to go through those sequence of signs with nobody on base. Sometimes the simpler, the better.
There's the first base hit for the Cleveland Indians. It comes off the bat of Carlos Santana with 1 down here in the second. Here's Jose Ramirez, one of the main reasons the Indians find themselves where they are today, playing in the American League Division Series. A .312 average in the regular season, 7th best in the American League. Knocked in 76 runs.
Had 2 hits and was walked intentionally last night. If you listen to pundits this winter talk about the Cleveland Indians, they always said the same thing. Great young pitching. They have some real good ancillary players. Lindor is going to be a superstar, but the missing Michael Brantley is going to hurt them offensively. Ramirez made the difference in the loss of Brantley.
Versatile player defensively as well.
He swung the bat really good yesterday. All of his at-bats.
Santana with a lead at first. Price to the plate. Foul tip, 1-2.
Because of the switch hitters and the lineup and bench for Cleveland, Terry Francona has 70% favorable at bats. What does that mean? Right-hander against left-handed pitching. Right-handed pitching, left-handed hitters. 70% favorable for this Indian squad.
One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at first.
There's a 95 right there. The first one, at least the scoreboard had it at 95. I didn't see the flame on the TV. You keep looking at the sequence, and it doesn't take long to, figure out they're using the second side, and then they shake the first. And so I keep coming back to, you know, if it's that simple, you know, why don't you just put one sign down?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Tapper towards short. Brock Holt can't make the play. All hands safe. Geyer came over from Tampa Bay. And he's the league leader in being hit by pitches 31 times this season. 23 of those with the Rays and 8 with the Indians. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Geyer's had 14 at-bats against David Price. 4 hits, 1 of them a home run. You know what they call him? Nickname, the Piñata.
The 0-1. Looper over short. That's going to fall for a base hit. They're going to wave Santana around. They're at the corners, and it's 1-0. The chance for Lonnie Chisenhall, who bats with runners at first and third.
They had on the scoreboard here, make some noise. Really? Do they really need to put that up there? As loud as it gets here at Progressive Field.
A little cross up right there, Ronnie.
Yep.
They're going out to probably redo the signs.
We saw that in last night's game with the Indians. A cross up between Cody Allen and Roberto Perez. These are the kind of things that can happen. And lucky enough that Leon got some leather on it.
And they can't happen with a guy on third.
Ramirez is the runner at third for Cleveland. Brandon Geyer at first. Chisenhall, who knocked in a run in the opener, at the plate. And here comes the 1-0. That's over for a strike. 1-1.
Terry Francona asked before the game why Chisenhall, the left-handed hitter. He said he takes tough at bats, but even more importantly, wanted a good outfield. Chisenhall is best right fielder for Kluber pitching.
Quick timeout right there. They might not have been on the same page with that sign. Sandy Leon calling for time to reset the signs.
Two balls and a strike.
Brandon Geyer is not a guy that usually steals. David Price, very difficult to steal on.
That ball is rifled into the corner in right, and it's a fair ball. That's going to score a run, and now it's called a home run. The original signal was fair ball, and then the right field umpire, Brian Knight, said touch them all. And that's what Chisenhall will do. An absolute bullet to right. I mean, that thing got out in a split second.
The plexiglass there to protect the cameraman and make our life miserable. Good job by Brian Knight all over that call behind the plate last night with the call. I thought Chisenhall was in for his defense.
He pulled his hands in and smoked that one. Almost felt like it had a little top spin. I didn't think it was high enough to get out.
Well, the wind had nothing to do with it, but in last night's game, the balls were flying out to right field. Wind slightly blowing out there again, and with this hot weather, this has become a small park.
Plays much smaller when it's warm, for sure, Ronnie.
3 balls and no strikes to Perez.
Let's take a little air out of the Red Sox players falling behind this early.
Perez 2 for 3 last night. He had that home run in his first postseason at bat. He got on and with heads-up base running advanced into scoring position and would eventually score the 5th Cleveland run in a game they won 5-4.
It's early. It's a long way to go. This is game 1 last night with a home run from Roberto. But the major league best this year when leading by 3 runs are the Cleveland Indians. 66-1.
Yeah, Brandon Geyer's blooper scored a run. And Chisenhall on an absolute line to right for the 3-run homer. Top of the order again now. Rajai Davis fooled him 0-1.
David Price has gone at least 6 innings in all of his postseason starts. But after last night, Rick Porcello with his shortest start of this season at 4 1/3. Price is out of mercy of doing that also.
Had a good swing at that pitch. Just high enough out of his zone, but he had the bat hit out front home plate.
Well, foul.
Lonnie Chisenhall, not a home run hitter. Only 8 home runs all season long. Not one against a left-handed pitcher.
So much for that favorable matchup thing we talked about earlier, righty against lefty.
Right?
Perez leads at first, no balls and 2 strikes to Rajai Davis, who goes down swinging for out number 2.
His last fastball had a little hop to it from down here. Had a little life on it up.
Fouled away by Jason Kipnis, who's 0 for 1. He popped to Bogarts at short his first time.
The lighting's much more even down here now. Most of the field is in the shade. Still light on the background.
Popped him up behind third. Brock Holt makes the play. But the Indians break through in the second. Lonnie Chisenhall does the damage. A 3-run shot. It scores it.